Hey guys, it's your girl Lily Breeby. I'm back with another reaction video. It's about a title. I'm reacting to 50 Cent explain why Diddy is finished. The feds only raid if they got a case.
What more can I say, man? These
Video
past couple of
this.
months relating to Diddy has been some of the most hectic months for him, period. It started with Cassie's lawsuit, and then he settled that within 24 hours. And ever
That's
since then, the
when,
floodgates opened with a
yo,
bunch of women and even men accusing him of sexual assault, human trafficking, and stuff relating to that, and
I,
even, jipping.
now let me say this. Yeah, people be like, oh, why did they wait so late? Why did they wait so late? Maybe sometimes people be scared. You know what I'm saying? And they feel like since Cassie's not scared, then they could tell their story. Or sometimes they want money too. Like, you see how fast he gave her money. So some people was thinking like, hey, if he gave her money, then damn, let me get some.
People
But
out of their
sometimes people
work and
really
not
want
paying them.
justice.
And yeah, it's gotten crazy. So I'm going to break down a lot of what just happened. His house got raided in both locations in Miami and Los Angeles. And I'm going to break down why that happened. And then let's go over kind of what I think is the reason this all started and the main catalyst for these raids. So HSI did the investigation. That is Homeland Security Investigations. They're the ones that handle at a federal level human trafficking and sex trafficking. That's
Okay.
their main thing that they handle. So they decided to get basically a warrant to be able to raid Diddy's homes. And they released a statement talking about this a little bit, just to explain kind of what they're doing and why and how it happened. And this is what they said. New York executed law enforcement actions in part of ongoing
Oh, New
investigations,
York.
and they worked with HSI Miami and HSI Los Angeles to get these things, get the warrants to be able to get both of the houses. So it started in New York. All these lawsuits, these sexual lawsuits, are based in New York courts. So New York had the right to be like, hey, we're going to use all of our power and all the law enforcement that we can use in America and get these search warrants for Diddy's homes. And Diddy has two homes, Miami and Los Angeles. Apparently, he stays more at the Miami one, and they raid them at the same time. They have to do that because if they don't do them at the same time, one house could be cleared of evidence because, hey, you know what? My house is getting raided in Los Angeles. Oh, let me call somebody and clear any evidence I have in
Dang.
Miami.
Yeah.
So they have to do it at the same time so that nobody can clear any evidence or throw away any
If
evidence or
they think,
destroy any evidence. They do it at
I mean, you gotta be stupid to even hide evidence in your home that is at like in your like a home. Basically, what I'm trying to say is you'll be stupid to use your home address. You know what I'm saying? If you're hiding something, use somebody else's address. Like, why would you use your address where you could get raided and they find everything? Like, no.
random times, and that's the best
I
time to
think
do
he's
it
smarter
because
than that.
it's when you least expect it. Now,
Like,
the
even
lawsuits that happen
like
against
if he
Diddy
is
are
hiding
civil
something, I
lawsuits.
hope
These
he's
aren't
like smarter
criminal
than
at
that.
all, but it gives authorities guidelines on
I would have had that shit in
what's
another
going on. If
island
there's
or
smoke,
something.
there's fire. That's basically how the authorities are looking at this. Hey,
Different
this
country.
guy's getting back to back to back lawsuits of
Somewhere
sexual assault and human
30
trafficking.
hours away.
What is going on here? The feds are going to look at that online, all these lawsuits happening in New York. What is going on? And with those lawsuits, like I said, it gives them guidelines on the alleged conduct that happened. And if there is an investigation started, that can serve as a source and could lead to stuff like raids to confiscate things like hard drives,
They got his
computers,
poor kids in
ring
handcuffs.
cameras, a bunch of things. And that's what they have to write when they get these search warrants. They have to kind of write down a list. Hey, what are we going in there to look for? And that's usually where people store stuff when it comes to footage and things that relate to sex trafficking. Now, the crazy thing about this is, in order for Homeland Security investigations to get a search warrant, they literally have to go to a judge and convince them that they have enough probable cause,
So they got
aka
evidence.
evidence, or people saying that, hey, there is something here. There's something going on with this guy, this location. There's something that we have to look at. So they had to go to a judge in New York, convince that judge that, hey, we have to get this
Second, they
warrant
got pictures and
because there's
videos.
something
Got
going
it.
on here. And the judge, based on whatever was presented to that judge, said, yes, go in there because this is clear as day. Something's going on there. Now I'm going to talk about what I think really convinced the judge. There are two things. So on March 4th, earlier this month, Lil Rod, producer Lil Rod, sued Diddy and claimed that he didn't get paid properly for the work that he did on Diddy's latest album, the Love album, between the years of 2022 and 2023, which was just last year. So these are recent allegations. So that's the first thing. He didn't get paid, right? But the other things is what really got the feds' attention. Now, the reason why I'm mainly focused on the Lil Rod lawsuit is because Lil Rod actually uploaded photos, footage, and evidence about it, clear as day evidence of what Diddy was doing.
What?
He is posting photos of like him at parties that Diddy was with minors, alleged minors that Lil Rod said. He also said that he was forced to drug people in their drinks. According, that's what Diddy forced him to do.
Lil Rod?
Claims that Diddy was shot someone in the bathroom, and he actually has photos of that, of blood all over the ground in the bathroom at Diddy's house. He also claims that Diddy was hiring prostitutes and sex workers to do all kinds of crazy things. But if that's not crazy enough, this is the thing that kind of went over a lot of people's heads when it comes to this Lil Rod lawsuit. And what went over their heads is that Diddy was apparently, according to Lil Rod, having a bunch of footage of celebrities to blackmail them. So he would have these parties, he would record these celebrities doing bad things, just like the Jeffrey Epstein situation.
He got a GoFund.
Where people are claiming that Jeffrey Epstein, had a bunch of footage of blackmail for celebrities. That's the same thing that's being accused of Diddy. That, hey, he had recorded a bunch of these things about celebrities, and that's why he could get away with all the things that he could get away with, because he would use that as blackmail towards other celebrities. That's what Lil Rod claimed. And that is probably the biggest thing out of this, because that's going to involve so many people if the feds actually, raided the house and find evidence of a bunch of celebrities. Let's just say, I don't know, just throw random names out there. Jay-Z, I don't know, Beyonce, whoever, Rihanna, all these people that go, LeBron James that I saw at a recent, not a recent, but quite a while ago, he's at a Diddy party. A lot of people that attended the Diddy parties, right? This footage, if he has a bunch of footage of these people, all hell's going to break loose. Mm-hmm. So that's the main thing that I think caught the feds' attention. Security. That were like, okay, there's something here, because if this is what Lil Rod is saying in these lawsuits, we got to see if this is actually something. Another thing that probably convinced the judge to grant the warrant is this. Rolling Stone released an article about this raids, and this is what Rolling Stone says. A source tells Rolling Stone 4 Jane Does and 1 Jane Doe already sat for interviews with the Southern District of New York investigators for a probe related to alleged sex trafficking, domestic violence, and racketeering. More interviews are scheduled, the source said. So they already got one person interviewed or getting.
I don't want to knock down the victims, but some people payments, they ain't get their payments. That's what I'm saying.
4 other people interviewed as well.
And some people,
about this, the victims. Jane Does are the obviously anonymous names of the victims. So if they're interviewing people, trying to get evidence that corroborates what those people are saying, it's over at this point. What happened to Keefe D? What was it? Early August, house got raided. Okay? People are like, that's crazy. What happened end of September? Literally a month and 2-3 weeks later, he gets arrested. Evidence that corroborates what those people are saying, it's over at this point. What happened to Keefe D? What was it? Early August, house got raided. Okay? People are like, that's crazy. What happened end of September? Literally a month and 2-3 weeks later, he gets arrested. So that's very possible here with Diddy. It's not going to be for what a lot of people would want, which people have assumed that Diddy, put out the hit on Tupac. And I'm actually doing a documentary on it called Diddy, the $1 million hit. I go over the whole Tupac thing and, kind of seeing if there is any truth to that.
People think
that's going to come out on
him or
my channel a little bit later. That's a shameless plug there. But, there's people want Diddy to go down for that Tupac thing, but regardless, if he goes down for this, people are going to be happy, and hopefully the victims actually get justice. There were reports that Diddy's plane was scheduled to fly out, his private jet. So this is what TMZ reported. Diddy's homes were raided in the U.S. to kick off the week, but the guy's own private jet is miles away in a completely different nation, although it's unclear if he's on board himself. So they didn't know at the time. TMZ has tracked Diddy's personal Love Air LLC jet, well-known Black Gulfstream 5, that Diddy has flaunted and flown for years now. It looks like the aircraft is currently on ground in Anguilla, which is down in the Caribbean. So
they was like his plane is somewhere else, and then I thought he was gonna run out. I said, "Oh, with this man about to have a warrant."
They were assuming that Diddy was escaping
I'm about to say, this
But it
man is
turns
a
out that
fugitive.
they caught his plane
But then they
uh,
dragging it because this
at the
the video.
Miami
Like, he
airport
just chilling.
and or his private jet
And
there,
he do look stressed though.
and they
I mean,
took
I'll
him to
be stressed too.
customs, Miami Airport Customs. We're told this
And
shows.
it's so crazy because he in Miami, his kids is in LA, and he probably can't even call his kids to make sure they good.
Did he pacing around the customs
I don't wanna
office
talk on phones.
there at the airport, and as you can see, he's not being detained, and he currently doesn't seem to be in custody here. Instead, Diddy's just walking around all by his lonesome. So they saw him around customs, just walking around, probably wondering what the hell's going on because it's all over the news. His kids were even arrested, not arrested, but put in handcuffs because they were raiding.
Yeah,
That's
that was
normal
just any
protocol
period.
when
I'm like, what?
a house gets raided. Everybody gets put in handcuffs for the moment. Doesn't mean that they're actually arrested, just for safety protocols. So they were, put in handcuffs. Everybody that was there was put in handcuffs, and it's looking bad, man. The Lil Rod. Once I saw the Lil Rod lawsuit, it was over. At that point, I knew, hey, this is literally just time's ticking. Once the feds get everything gathered up, they only raid you if they know they got a 95% conviction rate. If they know that they can get you,
What type of evidence?
because
he
they're not going to waste
got?
all this time and resources for nothing.
That's true too.
Now, here's the thing that I want to go
and
back
I'm gonna do that for
to,
no he
right?
say she say.
That I find interesting. Had Diddy settled the Cassie lawsuit, because Cassie set this whole thing off.
She
Cassie
did.
sued Diddy publicly. Diddy settled within 24 hours, because I'm sure Cassie has a lot of evidence. That was Diddy's girlfriend at the time when all this stuff was happening. So she's probably got evidence out the wazoo. I'm talking like insane evidence. I'm just assuming, but I bet she does. Had Diddy settled Cassie's lawsuit way before it went public, because there were reports that Cassie and Diddy were in talks about, Cassie wanted to, basically was blackmailing him and said, hey, I'm going to reveal all this stuff about you if you don't pay me. Well, Diddy said, I'm going to call your bluff and I don't care. I'm not going to pay you. Well, she came out in the public, boom, and that was a wrong move on Diddy's end.
That's
I
what
would
I'm
have just paid her with.
saying. People want their payments. Me personally, I feel like I'm gonna say some, not all of them. Some of them wants their payments. Some of them don't.
Whatever
Some
she
of them
asked for,
care. Some of them don't
settled
care.
it under
They just
without
want
nobody
they
noticing,
blackmailing him.
and none of these other lawsuits would have came.
That's
None
true.
of them would have came. So I'm sure he regrets that wholeheartedly. Had that never happened, probably would never have these lawsuits going on.
Nope.
Because that gave other people confidence to be like, hey, if Cassie can get a
Yes,
settlement,
I'ma
Cassie
get
can
one.
sue and stand up, then we can too. The whole Me Too movement. There you go. So that I'm sure Diddy is regretting wholeheartedly.
Hell yeah,
And
he
50
is.
Cent called it out long time ago. He said, listen,
Now, 50 Cent been on his ass for years now. Like 50 Cent probably the only celebrity I know that's been on his. 50 don't care about nobody.
with Cassie
He
is
don't care
going to
about no
open the
payments, he don't care
floodgates.
about
And that's
nothing.
exactly what happened. So there's a lot that's going to be going on here, and there's going to be a lot that's going to come down the line. It's not looking good, man, to say the least. 50, of course, he's going to have his comments. He said, now it's not Diddy do it, it's Diddy done, meaning he's finished. They don't come like that unless they got a case. Exactly.
50
That's
be on
facts.
his ass.
He continued it, trolling Diddy, talking about the private jet where they tracked it. He said, oh, shit, this is a movie. I told y'all, but no, y'all didn't listen. He was right, man. If you guys don't know, Reggie Wright Jr. Spoke on this Diddy thing and actually predicted the raid. And he said, these type of people who do these type of crimes, they usually keep the evidence. They just have this psychopath thing about them where they just keep the evidence and they keep it in storage for themselves. It's something that, I don't know. A lot of murderers, you ever notice when, somebody kills
That's why I feel like
serial
you gotta be smart. Like Diddy got come on, Diddy's like what? Ain't he like a billionaire or whatever? He gotta be smart and know not to have it at the places people know your address. Like, man, I'd have that shit out the country.
killer does all those killings. They'll have the evidence of the stuff there still, and people be like, why didn't you get rid of it in the ocean? Why didn't you, get rid of the gun? Blah blah blah. These people keep this stuff because they're just crazy and psychos.
Not even
So
that.
I want.
He also got to keep it for other people, like to blackmail them as well. You can't throw away evidence. Like, no.
Wouldn't be surprised if they raided Diddy's homes and actually found something. That's gonna be when they come out and say, "Hey, we found something." It's gonna be crazy because they're gonna take that evidence that they got, whatever they found at the house, present it to prosecutors, and if prosecutors say, "Hey, we got enough here to convict this guy," it's over. It's over. They're gonna find Diddy, arrest him, and boom, there goes the, whatever's gonna happen. There are charges. The charges that are going to stem from this is 25 years per charge
Shit.
of human trafficking, sex trafficking. It
Damn.
goes to 25 years. So if they stack that up, he's never getting out. He's getting life in prison, pretty much. He's like 50 something years old, so
Like R. Kelly all over
it's over
again.
at this point. You know, so we'll see. We'll see what evidence they have, what they're going to present to prosecutors, and we'll keep our eye posted. But let me know what you guys think. Did he do it or did he not? I think it's ironic that this happened during Biggie's anniversary of Ready to Die.
Yeah, I heard it happened the day. Same
Literally,
day.
the
He
day
dropped
of the
his album.
anniversary, it happened. I think that's some type of karma in some way or another, man, because Diddy actually caused a lot of these things that spiraled into the death of a lot of artists, a lot of people. It's unfortunate that a lot of people have to suffer through the hands of him, but this is karma, man. Karma comes to you, whether it comes a day
That's
later.
why I can't say if he did or didn't do it, because I don't put nothing past nobody. And he a billionaire, like, I don't know.
A year later, 30 years later, whatever the time frame, it's eventually going to come, man.
That's so true.
So, yeah, we'll keep our eyes open and see what happens. But let me know what you guys think.
That's it for today's video. If you guys
Yeah, like me personally, if they got evidence, bro, then you did it. Like, if they come into you that deep, bro, you got, damn, bro, and it's sad. It's real sad because sometimes you don't know who to believe or what to believe. Like, some people want their money, but I feel like you paying these people off millions of dollars. They got something on your ass. Because, see me, I ain't paying you a damn thing. Expose it. That's why I was like, you got proof. Expose it. He must know she got something. And that other guy got something. Well, he ain't pay that other guy. So I don't think that other guy got nothing. Well, they said he the reason why the feds came. So, ooh. That right there might be a little sketchy. Because why the feds came as soon as he told his story. But I feel like if it was Cassie, like, only came out, none of this would have happened. But everybody would have been thinking, like, so why you paid her so fast? Why you give her all that millions of dollars? Because, like I said, me, I'm not giving you nothing. Expose it. Let's go. I don't care. But then, and it's so sad because there's people talking crap. And this man got kids, bro. Like, I ain't gonna lie. Like, if you see his daughter's comments, there are people in their comments talking crap about them, saying this about their mother, their father. Like, at the end of the day, that's still their father. And y'all talking about their mother who passed away. Y'all sick in the head. I don't care. You're sick. Them little kids. Not even just the little kids. The brothers too. Y'all talking about their mothers. You're sick. Ever since day one, when she passed, a lot of people was like, oh, he has something to do with it, this, that, and the third. Do y'all know these kids is on social media? That's their mother y'all talking about. That's their father. Like, I feel like people need to think. Like, just think. But if you guys like this reaction, you don't know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe. When you subscribe, turn that post notification bell on so you know when I have a new video. And I'll see you in my next video.